Hey, welcome to the weekly channeled angel message. I'm going to check in with the angels and see what they want to share with us this week. So let's see what they got. Seeing bouncing like a bouncy ball, like a bigger kind of ball. Like I can hear it bouncing on the pavement. It's got a buoyancy. It's the word that they're using. Um, I think it's about bouncing back is the phrase that the angels are using. So, see where they're taking us with this. Bouncing back. Okay, they're showing like this ball. It's almost like the size of a beach ball, but yeah, it's hard to describe. I don't remember what this is made out of, but I can just like see it and hear it. But like it's bouncing on the pavement and it's really bouncing and it comes right back. Um, like immediately when you bounce it on the pavement. And then they're also showing it when it's like not full of air and it's flat and you bounce and it just doesn't bounce back. Um, okay. I think they're showing like they're also showing Tigger and Eeyore. So the messaging that they're putting together here, let's see if I can like slow all this down to like verbalize it and put it in a way that makes sense. Um, it's like where there are people, think of toxic positivity or people that just pretend everything's okay, of like, it's great. And they're always smiling and they're always laughing. And it's like, it's a facade, is the word that they're using. It's not real. That they're like, yeah, everything's great, but it's like that's not how they feel on the inside. That's like the ball that's bouncing like a lot. It like bounces right back at you. It's actually like, kind of intense. Then they're showing like that might be a little bit of like a Tigger, like a constant Tigger energy. Um, then if we like think of like Eeyore, constant Eeyore energy is like the ball that the air has been taken out of, and you bounce in and just falls flat. Um, Trying to have like they're saying like a Goldilocks situation of somewhere in the middle is good. And what that means is like being genuine and congruent with our emotions. So being honest with how we're feeling with safe people. Like there are certain people or certain settings or situations where like we're gonna put on that mask and we're gonna be like, yeah, everything's fine, or just be like, oh, I'm good, we're not gonna go into it and that's appropriate. But with the people that you're vulnerable with or want to be vulnerable with or are safe to be vulnerable with, can you peel back that layer is what they're saying of the onion. And maybe you just get just below the surface with some people. Sometimes you get like really, really deep and you share a lot. And with those people, can you share what you're actually feeling? Sad, angry, lonely, tired, stressed, hopeless. But be cautious if that becomes your identity, is what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. They're reminding me of the Tigger and the Eeyore. So Tigger is about like we're always like energized, and it's like not always uh realistic to be in that energy all the time. Like, and it's also hard to have vulnerability. If we're always like everything is great, and we're always smiling, and we're saying we're great, and we're always in that energy, then people might not feel as connected because we're not being real with like when we struggle and we have hard times. If we're always in the ER energy, sometimes we can over identify with that, with our depression or with whatever is going on. And we might lose the ability to kind of like tune in with other things that are happening. Like we're only looking for the things that are going wrong and all the ways that the world is falling apart and all the failures that we have. And when we over kind of focus on that, it's hard to get out of that place. So being congruent with our feelings, meaning saying and showing up with how we actually feel, but not over identifying with it. Like I'm an angry person, so then I'm always angry and I'm constantly going off at people. Like you might say I struggle with anger or I'm working on my anger, but I'm an angry person. It's really hard to shift away from that when it's an identity versus a behavior. Similar to like I feel depressed versus I am depressed. We are not our like diagnoses. That's just kind of my opinion. I think we can really put ourselves in a bind when we over-identify with our diagnoses or these things that we struggle with. And the angels are kind of validating that of like just be cautious with how you're identifying yourself. Maybe you could say like, yeah, I struggle with sadness a lot of the days. There are days that I feel depressed and I feel down, or I'm feeling down and I'm feeling depressed today. That's a temporary state, or that's something that can be changed. When it's an identity, it's hard to change that. And when we're around other people, our energy is flowing in and out, meaning like my energy impacts their energy, energy impacts my energy. So sometimes what we can do for people that are struggling is just like show up in our energy and like make space for them, but just don't take it on as your own. And then the other thing is like we need to be open to other people's energy. So if someone's trying to come in and help us, are we pushing them away? Are we like, no, like, is there a part of us that's like, I want to stay in this state that I'm in, whether I'm angry or I'm depressed, or is there something that's serving us in that state? Sometimes subconsciously or a part of ourselves doesn't want to let go of that, even if there's a part of us, even most of the part of us that like doesn't want to feel that way. Just notice that there's a part of you that's having a hard time letting go of that mood or that state, or that experience. Can we be open to someone else coming in and helping us or supporting us? Or, you know, if we're in a bad mood but someone makes a joke, are we trying to like push that away? Say, no, I don't want to experience joy, or I don't want to have that joke. I don't want to laugh. Sometimes it feels wrong, or I feel like that's not how I see myself as being able to laugh at things. Like, are we pushing opportunities to shift our mood and our state and our experience by pushing that stuff away? Can we be open to those experiences and someone coming in with a different energy and helping us shift our energy? See if there's anything else with this message that they want to share. Nope, they're saying that's pretty good. So be thinking about how genuine and congruent you are with your emotions, how vulnerable you are, how authentic you are with how you show up with how you're feeling. If there's a feeling or a mood state that you tend to get stuck in, looking at why that might be, and if there's ways to look for exceptions here and there. You know, I'm not saying that you can just cure your depression by just like looking for things to be joyful about. Like, that is an oversimplification. It can be super invalidating. But staying open to like, can I look for opportunities to experience a different mood state than what I tend to be in most of the time? Have I over-identified with that mood state and that has become my identity? And then in community with others, we can really create some really great shared experiences and play off each other's energy in really great ways.